Presenting the first bout in men's 69-kilogram welterweight. The judges are Cuba, Brazil, Puerto Rico, Sri Lanka, Mongolia.
Vamos à primeira luta da categoria meio-médio masculino até 69 quilos. Os juízes são representantes de Cuba, Brasil, Porto Rico, Sri Lanka e Mongólia.
The referee from Argentina.
O árbitro é representante da Argentina, senhor Gerardo Podi.
Please welcome the boxer in the red corner, representing Azerbaijan.
Por favor, recebam o pugilista que ficará no canto vermelho, representante do Azerbaijão, Parviz Bagirov.
Please welcome the boxer in the blue corner, representing France.
Recebam também o pugilista que ficará no canto azul, representante da França, Souleymane Cissokho.
Introducing the boxer in the red corner, representing Azerbaijan.
Apresentando o pugilista no canto vermelho, que representa o Azerbaijão, Parviz Bagirov.
Introducing the boxer in the blue corner, representing France.
E apresentando o pugilista no canto azul, que representa a França, Souleymane Cissokho.
Watch your hair, no holding, and good fight, okay?
Round one.
Primeiro round.
We're in the 69-kilogram welterweight division, and this action taking place in the second preliminary round of this tournament, being contested by 28 boxers. In this particular bout between boxers from Azerbaijan and France, the man wearing red, who's just got through with a cracking southpaw left, is Parviz Bagirov, 22 years of age. Ranked number 3 in the world, the tournament number 3 seed as well. His opponent in his second bout in this Olympic Games, having prevailed impressively over Balázs Baksky of Hungary. Another win in their long-standing rivalry in favor of the Frenchman. He was very impressive in that display, and that is Souleymane Cissokho of France, ranked number 35 in the world, 25 years of age. And he's a very accomplished boxer, got through with a good right hand to the body there.
Bagirov from Azerbaijan, one of those southpaws again, sits back, low lead hand, wants his opponent to come forward, but this Frenchman is fairly tricky himself. He's quite content to stay on the outside. Cissokho will have to get his feet into range to land that right hand. So Bagirov on the outside, he wants his opponent to come forward. He's a counter puncher who sits on the back foot. Will Cissokho come over and make the mistakes, or will he close the gap down and land that right hand? He's got to quicken his feet up a little bit here, because Bagirov is good on it. He's a good mover, this Azerbaijan boxer. So this is a challenge for the man in blue.
With a terrific back foot boxer. He almost got tagged with a right hand there, did Bagirov. but he's a terrific boxer on the back foot, does switch his feet on occasion, but I think he's a natural southpaw, and he's very effective out of that port-sided stance. Reigning European Games gold medalist, one of 6 Azeri boxers to occupy top spot on the podium in that inaugural European Games last summer in Baku. And he produced a terrific series of displays, winning 4 contests out of 4 to get through to that top spot in the welterweight division. He's got experience from World Series boxing as well. He's a bronze medalist at the most recent World Championships, coming away with a 4th place finish, though, having lost in the box-off.
It's taken him the last minute or so of this round, Cissokho, to realise that he's got to up the pace here. If he allows Bagirov just to float around on the outside of the ring, box at his pace, then this boxer from Azerbaijan will have some success. So Cissokho, he's just realised he's got to up the pace here, up the tempo a little bit. But may not have done enough here, this Frenchman, to win this round. It'll be interesting to see how they score it, because Bagirov was totally on the back foot. Just blowing a little bit there, Bagirov. Put a lot of work in terms of the footwork. Long looping shot there with that left. That's a better shot there with the straight left from Bagirov. Let's have a look at the scores now. This will be interesting. How the judges go. Right across the board for Bagirov. A little bit surprised, but they obviously like that back foot boxing. Now you get some judges who like that, some other judges who prefer the fighter going forward. It's one of them.
Round 2.
As we move into this second round, it's interesting you observe that Bagirov appeared to be feeling the pace a little bit, because that has been a feature of his boxing, particularly in World Series boxing contested over the 5-round format. He's really adept at getting the first round under his belt, and then not so much doing enough to get over the line, because he does fight right until the finish, but he invests an awful lot in that opening round to ensure that he gets it, and then often fights his way over the finish, but as a fatigued fighter.
Hair in the tortoise job, isn't it, with Bagirov? Gets in front, then just hangs on.
But at this type of tempo, not being forced to retreat on the long route around the ring
suits him, yeah.
Most certainly. Sissoko, having conceded the opener across the board, he's got to do something different here. He's waiting, but the onus is on him to try and get back on terms, or indeed go ahead with a big round. Good shot by Bagirov, catching the incoming Cissokho.
One of the problems that Sissoko's got, Ronald, by sitting back, his reflexes aren't, his reactions, should I say, just aren't there. So they're not quick enough. If he is going to sit back, you've got to have fast reactions, because you've got to counter something that comes from your opponent, and then you act as the counter puncher. So you need those fast reactions. I don't think this Frenchman has got those reactions. So for me, he's got to go on the offensive, got to force the pace.
Referee Mr. Gerardo Poggi from Argentina was on that in a flash, in case Sissoko thought about tagging his opponent while his gloves were on the canvas. Again, Sissoko, European Union reigning bronze medalist, coming away with that 3rd place finish 2 years ago from the tournament in Bulgaria. Not really doing enough in this second round so far. 2/3 of it have elapsed. And he's still allowing Bagirov to peck and poke his way around the perimeter of the boxing ring.
So we get to the last 30 or 40 seconds, and now Cissokho again is thinking, yeah, I've got to get after this guy, but he's left it too late again. You've allowed the man in red, Bagirov, to box at his pace. See, that's better now from Cissokho. He's putting his opponent under pressure. Look at Bagirov straight away holding him on the inside, but it's too little too late for me. For most of the round, Bagirov Bagirov has boxed his pace, Ron, and he's boxed better.
And that little burst there with Bagirov back to the ropes, I've seen that so many times in this man's contest, usually in the late stages of the third round, when he's having to hang on and he's got no more energy to circumnavigate the ring. It's happened at the conclusion of round number 2 here, but surely if Sissoko could have applied that type of pressure in more sustained fashion throughout the round, he would have forced the man to stand and trade far earlier than he had to there.
Well, you don't win around here with the last 30, 40 seconds of a bit of sustained pressure. For most of that round, Bagirov was catching his opponent with punches like that. Sissoko suddenly realised towards the end of the round, I've got to up the pace again here. Caught his opponent with a terrific right hand. That was the best shot that he threw in that round. But I don't think he's done enough to win the round. I think Bagirov controlled it for a good 2.5 minutes. He's ended it well. Sissoko may have impressed the judges, but for me, let's have a look.
Oh my goodness.
Well, there you go. Well, what do I know?
What do we know indeed? My goodness.
Round 3.
Well, we go into the third and final round in this contest that is all square, because the man wearing red took the opening round across the board with some eye-catching back foot boxing. The man wearing blue had a good 30 seconds or so to conclude the second round, but he's taken it across the board, has Sissoko, and that means we have come down to a one-round shootout. And it's Sissoko who appears to be fresher, and he's letting his hands go. Bagirov flat-footed now, and credit to him, he's standing and letting some heavy punches go to both body and head.
Yeah, he's got to, hasn't he, now? But I just find that, now he's holding on again, I just find that incredible. I mean, last 30 seconds, we know it's important to end the round well, yes. But did he do enough to win that round? I don't think so. I'm not having that. But doesn't matter what I think, he won it.
The judges have scored it unanimously in favour of the man in blue, and this contest so far, well, it's panning out as we suggested it would, Richie. Bagirov being forced to stand and fight because he doesn't have that energy to get up on his toes and glide around the boxing ring as he was doing so impressively in round number 1. We said it would happen, and here it is coming to fruition.
Well, he's been revitalised now, hasn't he, Sissoko? And his corner have said to him, if you win this last round, you win the contest. And that's what he's doing here. He's going forward, forcing the pace. Bagirov again holding on, not doing enough. The man from Azerbaijan, and that second round could really go against him here. He's got to do better work now, Bagirov.
Oh my goodness, it's been a long wait for Parviz Bagirov as the tournament number 3 seed. He had a bye in the opening round. He started brilliantly in round number 1, but that's what he's inclined to do. He's just taken a big right hand that knocked him off balance. Now he's standing in the pocket and trying to launch that southpaw left of his own. But he's a fading fighter once again.
It becomes a 50-50 slugfest now, doesn't it? As soon as he holds his feet, Bagirov, Sissoko, doesn't matter if his feet are slow because his opponent's standing in front of him, so he can punch, he can hit the target.
And he's standing. Look at the manner in which he's breathing. He's standing because he doesn't have the energy to move. We've seen this so often in tournaments. We've commentated on him in the past, but including World Series boxing as well.
But he's usually much more ahead, isn't he? The judges haven't been kind to him here. That's been his problem now.
So deep inside this third and final round, and Bagirov is desperately tired. Sissoko, can he produce an eye-catching burst? Can Bagirov do the same? Who can provide that big finish?
Who can finish better? Last few seconds, it might just come down to that. Oh, it's anybody's, isn't it? But the way they scored it in the second round, you've got to go blue, haven't you? Well, we don't know which way it's going to go, to be quite honest, but the way they scored it in that second round, he's absolutely exhausted, Bagirov. And Sissoko may just have done enough in that last round. There was a terrific straight left from the Azerbaijan boxer at the start of this last round, but Sissoko had some success as well. It became a 50-50 in the end, the way they traded. Bagirov again landing another nice right hook. Could be anybody's.
Remember, both of the completed rounds that have been scored unanimously. The first round for Bagirov, the second round for Sissoko. How are the judges going to score this third and final round, which will determine who goes through to the quarterfinals of the 69-kilogram welterweight tournament?
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by unanimous decision.
Senhoras e senhores, o vencedor por decisão unânime no canto azul.
In the blue corner,
Representante da França, Souleymane Cissokho.
Souleymane Cissokho conceded the opening round unanimously in this 69-kilogram welterweight bout, but he rallied to somehow take round number 2 with a strong conclusion to the round, and then he's been given the nod across the board again in round number 3. He is absolutely ecstatic. He's now one win away from a place on the medal podium. He is through to the final 8, and Bagirov, despite getting that first round of insurance under his belt, his gas tank has perhaps let him down once again, and he has been pipped over the line on this occasion. A 1-point margin of victory for all.